Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wired Gaming channel. In today's video I just wanted to talk about keyboard and mouse versus controller, whether you're on PC or console. So basically my whole life I've been playing Call of Duty on console, 360 and into PS4, so I've just kind of, gotten used to the analog sticks and whatnot, but I have been playing PC for the last, 4 or 5 years, but this is the first time in Modern Warfare that I've actually purchased a Call of Duty on PC, because of the crossplay, of course. So typically on PC, before Call of Duty came out, I just played a lot of Overwatch and, stuff like that, like competitive shooters, which in the grand scheme of things, your aim doesn't matter a whole lot, because, there's ultimate and shit like that, and it's just generally not as fast-paced as, Call of Duty, especially Warzone. So anyways, when I originally bought Call of Duty on PC, I had plugged in my PS4 controller, and that's just what I was rocking with. It was good because you could go on a high field of view, you can have high frame rate, better graphics in general, and still be on controller, kind of feel at home. And then of course you had the added benefit of having aim assist on controller, which you of course don't have on PC. But after using controller for the first couple months after the game came out, I finally decided to go to keyboard and mouse, and then I'd go back to controller because I wouldn't be good at it. But if you put the practice in, you could get good at it. But I think there is an argument to be made that they're both really good and they both have their pros and cons. So I just kind of want to talk about that. In my opinion, I think keyboard is a little bit better for like movement and stuff like that, running away, putting armor on, mainly because you could bind certain keys to one action, whereas on controller it's like one button does 10 different things, and it can be a little stressful when you're trying to move and be quick with things. And with keyboard and mouse, I do believe it's best at medium to long range. When it gets close, you can really tell when you're against a controller player, because you could just tell their shit slowing down and they're beaming you right in the noggin. But I just kind of got used to it. That's why you'd see a lot of PC players on streams and whatnot. They hit fire a lot when they're close up, because you just kind of spray and pray, so to speak. But yeah, basically for the most part, after switching back from keyboard and mouse to controller to keyboard, mouse, and controller, I finally just stuck with the keyboard, and I told myself I'd get used to it when I go back to the controller. And I think at the end of the day it paid off. Also, I believe Jack Frags did a video on it. I'll leave the link in the description. He was basically testing on how the lobbies work when you're on controller versus keyboard and mouse. And as you know, you have to switch in the menu before you join game. You can't just switch in the middle of a game. Therefore, the game seems to put you with more people that are on your control scheme. Especially on like solos and Warzone, if you're on keyboard and mouse, you're going to come across a lot of keyboard and mousers. However, from what I've seen when I play with my friends on PS4 on controller, I'm generally going against more controllers, just because I have more controllers on my squad than me, the only one on keyboard and mouse. I have tried to play controller on PS4 and keyboard and mouse on PS4. Kind of a new thing they did, and I don't know, I feel like with the field of view, and you're kind of just locked down, you just can't really be as quick with it, in my opinion. But with all that being said, I do believe if you are on keyboard and mouse, you just want to definitely fine-tune your sensitivity, because on keyboard and mouse, you're typically going to want to play on a little bit lower than you want on a controller. You want a high sensitivity on a controller just so you can, turn on people and whatnot, whereas on mouse, you can kind of just pick it up, drag it, pick it up and drag it, and turn it on pretty quick regardless of what sensitivity you're on. Because as I'm sure you know, if you play PC on keyboard and mouse, when you have a high sensitivity, it's extremely difficult to land those headshots and be accurate. There are some people that can do it, but it is hard because you don't have that aim assist to slow you down when you get close to the body of a player. Me personally, I have my DPI for my mouse set on 800, and I play on 3 sensitivity in Warzone, and that tends to work for me. It's kind of like, medium to slow, nothing too crazy, and I find it a lot better for using the growl with longer to medium ranges. You can really beam people and just slowly move the mouse, to follow their locations. Back to my previous point where I was talking about how it's keyboard and mouse is easier for medium to longer ranges. I think that's mainly just because on console or just controller in general, when you are at medium to longer ranges, the aim assist isn't as strong as it is when you're like, up close to somebody. So on controller, when it's medium to long ranges, you tend to overcompensate for the player. But really, in my personal opinion, I think it's just at the end of the day, whatever you're better at. Don't force yourself to play on a control scheme that you're not, happy with and that you don't feel that you're getting any better with. But at the same time, if you really want to, get into keyboard and mouse, I really don't think you would regret it. But really, if you think about it, this is kind of an age-old debate with console versus PC in general, but now it's just kind of coming back up to the top of the conversation piece because, of course, now we have crossplay. I'm really hoping that crossplay sticks around for the future Call of Duty titles and even any first-person shooter moving forward, because I really do think it's great that I'm able to play with my console friends and not be restricted just because of the platform you're on. But with all that being said, I think that's going to be the end of the video. I just wanted to make this short little video to kind of shine light and spread my opinion on the keyboard and mouse versus controller. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.